Tanking the bell is Barry Pinder, and our referee charge of the action is Mr. Steve Gray. This is 8 3-minute rounds.
Okay, fellas, if I call break, you take one step back, okay? No punches around the back of the head. Touch gloves. Good luck, boys.
Similar size, similar physique. Daniel Adotey with just one defeat. I'm told that his trainer, Theophilus Addo, was singing to him in the dressing room to get him into the mood for this. Not quite sure what the song was. Let's see if it was a rousing sort of thing. Let's see if he's going to carry the fight to George Groves, who his trainer, Adam Booth, David Hayes' trainer, says is a man destined to become a world champion. Still a work in process, but looking to produce something emphatic, eye-catching, and probably spectacular here tonight. It could be quick, you never know.
Well, he's definitely talented, Groves. That's a decent punch, and he's still young, but as we saw in that fight with Kenny Anderson, there's still a little bit to do for me.
Allotey, a southpaw, as you can see. As indeed, of course, is De Gale. Groves won the Commonwealth title, beating Charles Adamu, stopping him in 6 rounds. That was a good performance. That was on the undercard of the Hay-Ruiz fight. Then he's had that victory over Kenny Anderson. We'll be looking for no sort of slip-ups.
Well, so far...
wanting to send a bit of a message, Glenn.
Yeah, so far, Allotey looking a little bit ungainly, and doesn't look as if it's that good of a style. He drops the right hand, the southpaw hand, pretty low. It looks a little bit wild.
Got no significant names at all on his record, as Richie Woodall was telling you. Last fight in December, he won by stoppage. Very long arms, hasn't he? He said, actually, in the run-up to this, I'm knocking on the doors of the big men who make big fights happen. I want to use this as a springboard.
Well, so far his style doesn't show that. Just walking forward, square on, then caught with a right hand from George Groves.
Yeah, Groves just having a look. Allotey swinging away, but not particularly effectively.
Well, he hasn't managed to sort the style out yet, Groves, but he's the only one landing any sort of effective punches in the first.
Needs to sort out his approach to fighting southpaws. Of course, he'll have faced many a southpaw in his amateur days. That's something that no fighter particularly relishes. Adam Booth and Dave Caldwell in the corner with George Groves, after what was a fairly scrappy sort of first round, Glenn.
Yes, I think he had a little trouble dealing with the awkward stance of Allotey, who looked rather novice, like a novice to me, and I didn't think he quite realized what was going to come next.
Round 2.
Groves just marked up slightly over his right eyebrow, but it's only a little bit of grazing, and he has got that very pale skin which shows every little mark. Groves was the Young Boxer of the Year for 2010, as voted by the boxing writers. Some illustrious names have come out of that.
But still, he's just finding it awkward to get his range, Groves.
Allotey, who comes into this fight as the Ghanaian champion, but the Commonwealth title, which Groves won last year, not at stake. A little bit of applause from ringside, but still Groves not really able to find clean shots. A couple of body shots did go in there.
Missing wildly Allotey as he tries an attack and using the elbow a little bit as well inside.
Difficult though, I imagine, Glenn, when you're fighting a totally unknown quantity. Groves won't have seen anything of Allotey before he actually gets into the ring.
No, he wouldn't have. And just finding it a little difficult to get through the style, starting to land with a couple of meaningful punches there, and then the right hand was a good one from Groves.
Starting to find his range. Allotey claps his hands together in a little sign of frustration, but Groves is starting to tee off. Landed with a good left hand and a right over the top. Yeah, and Allotey's starting to feel the weight of his punches.
Groves now starting to find the gaps. Allotey missing wildly. Groves is there to counter well.
Scheduled to go 8 rounds, remember. Wild swings from Allotey. Having said that, though, Groves has got to maintain concentration. Wasn't to get caught by any of those.
No, he's doing the right thing, showing a little bit of maturity. Not trying too hard, just waiting till the openings produce themselves.
Well, he certainly found the target with more consistency in this second round than he did in the first. And I feel that when he goes back to his corner with the round in the bag, assuming Allotey gets through to the bell, they're going to be a very great deal happier than they were with the first 3 minutes. Groves is starting to settle into this.
He's always going to flail back, so if you linger, he's going to couple you with the flails.
Something to look forward to on March the 23rd.
Keep him guessing.
Latest big prize fight tonight. Be sure not to miss it. The Super Middleweights.
10 seconds.
So George Groves moving into the 3rd round now. No question that he's won the opening 2 3-minute periods. And he just started to seem, in the last minute or so of that second round, Glenn, he seemed to be finding the measure of this man.
Yes, he started to find the range. The opening started to produce himself, and he started to find the gaps, and that looked good for Groves.
I think Adam Booth keen that he just boxes his way to victory, works behind his superior boxing skills, and then if he does that, then the stoppage in all probability is a possibility. But he doesn't need to just go in there trying to blast him.
No, he's got to keep his head. Allotey using the elbow again. And Groves has just got to be patient, pick the punches, and not get in any sort of panic situations.
That's a slip right in front of the commentary position. Advertising hoardings come crashing down. No knockdown.
But this is serving itself as a learning fight for Groves, because Allotey is presenting him with problems, certainly in the style.
One went very low there.
I think that was at the knee, to be honest.
Not too low to be painful.
Well, he is very ungainly, isn't he? And I think a difficult opponent to fight.
That's better from Groves. Didn't quite find the clean shot he was looking for, but again Allotey was forced back onto the ropes. That's a lovely shot. Beautiful jab. Allotey's fit though and strong. All the De Gale supporters out there though, Glenn, are going to be saying, well, he's got to get rid of this fella emphatically, surely, to be somebody who you're going to say is somebody who could potentially beat their man.
Well, you know, in all boxing, styles make fights, and this is a difficult style.
George Groves is in command of this fight against Daniel Adotey, but he's not found the stoppage win thus far. He's had 9 wins out of 11 by stoppage, but he's found this fella a little bit ungainly, a little bit awkward.
Yes, style's not really gelling to make it a particularly good watch or particularly easy for Groves. But what he's doing well.
So into the 4th round. It's an 8-rounder, remember. Groves, of course, in the blue and white shorts. This pattern in the first 3 rounds where it's just feinting for the first 30 seconds or so, and then Groves starts to step up the pace.
Heads banged together.
There's an elbow flew in as well, wasn't there?
Yes, and I think when this fight's over, Groves will be happy to see the back of Allotey. Some skill there, nice crisp right hand landing from Groves.
And you heard the buzz of acclaim from the crowd. Steve Gray, the referee from Fleetwood, just trying to keep the action clean. At times, a bit easier said than done.
Some success from Allotey there with the left hand.
Well, he had to turn his back there as he took that right hand and another one down he goes. First one did the damage. Looked as though he didn't want to know too much about it as he turned, and I'm not sure. Well, he manages just about to get to his feet. Is the referee going to allow him to continue? He does, but I don't think Daniel Adotey is going to last too long. Down he goes, and the fight is all over. In the 4th round, George Groves has got the stoppage win that he wanted, and it was the right hand that did the damage. First time he landed pretty flush, Allotey turned away, and Groves needed no second bidding, stepped in, landed another tremendous right hand, down went Allotey, and the fight was over.
Yeah, he had to work to find the openings for that, Groves, but he took his time against a difficult, ungainly opponent, but when he found the finish and found the right hands to do the job, he did well, and the Ghanaian crumpled under the weight of those punches from George Groves.
Well, of course, the talk now, Glenn, it goes on to James De Gale, doesn't it? But this is how he got rid of Daniel Adotey, and here's the first knockdown.
Yeah, the right hand was always the punch. He got Adotey turning round, looking for the right hand again, a good straight one, delivered with speed and accuracy, right on the front of the face, and he went down pretty heavily, Adotey.
And then the second knockdown and the end of the fight. Here we go.
Short punch, a little bit of a delayed reaction, but I think he was starting to feel the power of Groves.
So how impressed were you overall?
I think against a difficult opponent, I don't think Adotey was give us so much, but it was a difficult opponent to fathom out, and he fathomed them out quite well.
So, Commonwealth Championship not on the line tonight, but he got the win he wanted, and George Groves now moves on, in all probability, to the big one.
Ladies and gentlemen, timekeeper Barry Pinder has recorded a time of 1 minute and 53 seconds of the 4th round. Your winner by TKO and still undefeated from Hammersmith, London, the St. George Groves. And let's show our appreciation, please, for Daniel Adotey.